Hello, my dear friends. Today we're diving into a topic that's unfortunately all too familiar for many parents. What should a mother do if her grown son, someone she loves deeply, raises his voice at her? How do you handle that painful moment when the person you nurtured turns against you verbally? We'll talk about this issue today, and, most importantly, how you can stop this cycle and regain your authority in the family. Many mothers experience this, particularly when their sons reach their 30s or mid-30s. This is often a critical stage in a man's life, a moment of inner turmoil and self-doubt. Sons may be asking themselves big, existential questions like, "Who am I?" Or "Why haven't I achieved more by now?" And as they struggle with their perceived lack of success or fulfillment in the outside world, they often bring this frustration home. This emotional storm manifests as impatience, anger, and even outbursts directed at the people they feel safest with, often their mothers. As a mother, you may feel bewildered by these sudden, harsh reactions, wondering, "Why is he treating me this way? What did I do wrong?" The truth is, you've likely done nothing wrong at all. But to your son, his world feels small and out of control. And who's the easiest person to project that frustration onto? Someone he knows won't leave, someone who's been a constant in his life. There's another layer to this behavior. These sons, whether successful or still struggling, look at their mothers with the eyes of a teenager. They see you as old-fashioned, weak, and out of touch. In their minds, you don't understand the modern world or the challenges they face. You might hear something like, "You just don't get it, Mom. Things aren't like they were when you were younger." They may try to make you feel as if you've already lost relevance or that you're incapable of understanding their struggles. Imagine the following situation. Your 32-year-old son storms into your kitchen after a frustrating day at work. He's been passed over for a promotion again, and as he vents his frustrations, his voice grows louder and angrier. He tells you, "I need help, Mom. You don't know what it's like out there. You should sell the house, give me the money, and I'll invest in something big." In his mind, he's justified. But what's really happening is that he's looking for someone to blame. And unfortunately, that someone is you. One major reason these confrontations happen is that, over time, some mothers slip into a servant-like role for their children. Your child may have a successful career, managing employees and commanding authority at work. But at home, they project that same dynamic onto you, expecting you to act like their subordinate. If your grown son raises his voice at you, it's a sign that he no longer sees you as a figure of authority. Instead, he views you as someone beneath him, someone who should cater to his needs. And when that happens, you've essentially been demoted to the role of a servant in his eyes. For instance, imagine your son routinely telling you what to do, demanding money, help with household chores, or for you to drop everything at a moment's notice to assist him. Over time, you become conditioned to respond immediately to his needs, and before you know it, you've slipped into a cycle where he treats you more like staff than a parent. How to stop the cycle of disrespect? But it doesn't have to be this way. There are powerful steps you can take to break this cycle and reclaim your role as a respected parent. Never let yourself be reduced to a servant in the eyes of your children. If they begin to raise their voices or act disrespectfully, you must stand your ground. Here's how you can start. End the conversation the next time your son begins to yell at you, whether it's in person or over the phone. Calmly end the conversation. Hang up the phone if necessary, or walk out of the room. Let him know that you will not tolerate disrespect. Example, your son starts raising his voice, demanding financial help. You calmly say, "I'm not going to have this conversation when you're yelling at me," and hang up. Later, you send him a message saying, "You can speak to me when you're ready to be respectful." Example, if your child is living with you and you find that arguments are escalating, you can say, "You need to leave for a while. I won't tolerate this behavior in my home." Reassert your authority. Understand that any outburst from your child is a form of emotional manipulation. They are trying to regain control in their own lives by asserting dominance over you. However, you must remember that you are the parent. You are older, wiser, and more experienced. Don't let their shouting make you feel powerless. The importance of protecting your resources. One of the most common reasons children feel entitled to disrespect their parents is when parents freely give away their resources, be it time, money, or property, without setting boundaries. When you give everything, you lose control. It's important to help your children, of course, but it must be done in a way that preserves your dignity and authority. If you find yourself giving away large amounts of money, or even your home, without any regard for your own needs, you are diminishing your power in their eyes. Remember, the more you give, the more entitled they feel. Outbursts as emotional tantrums. It's crucial to recognize that these outbursts are often nothing more than adult tantrums. They may be grown men and women, but their yelling and demands are rooted in the same emotional immaturity as a child throwing a fit when their expectations aren't met. When your child yells, it's not about you being wrong, it's about them feeling out of control. By yelling, they're trying to take something from you, whether it's emotional validation, material support, or even just a sense of superiority. But remember, just like a child's tantrum, you have the power to end it. Walk away. Hang up the phone. Whatever it takes to stop the cycle of disrespect. Reestablishing respect and value. If you find yourself living with your adult children, or in a situation where you need to have frequent contact with them, it's essential to reassert your value. One effective way is by setting conditions for your relationship moving forward. Make it clear that respect is a non-negotiable requirement. For example, you might say, "If you want to continue living in this house or receiving help from me, we need to have a respectful relationship." That means no yelling, no insults, and open communication. In summary, adult children often lash out at their parents because of their own insecurities and frustrations. But as a parent, you don't have to accept this behavior. By setting boundaries, protecting your resources, and reasserting your authority, you can stop the cycle of disrespect and regain your rightful place as a respected figure in your child's life. Thank you for watching the video to the end. If you liked the video, put a like, subscribe to our channel, share this video on social networks, and write your opinion in the comments. It will help to promote this video in YouTube so that as many people who need it heard this information.